Hey y'all, I just wanted to give a quick rundown of our lab. There were some questions, so I wanted to address a couple things. First of all, let's do a quick recap of what we did today. First of all, put your name on your paper. Get this document from our Google Classroom. Put your name on your paper. Secondly, this is the question we're asking, does the ball rolling down a ramp move at the same average speed if it started from different distances? So we're going to write a hypothesis. So first we're going to look at what's our independent variable. What's the thing that we're going to change? Well, it says if it started from different distances. So the thing we're changing is the distances that the ball's going to roll. So if my, let's say, marble or can of peas or whatever it is that you're rolling, if my marble, I'm going to say my marble because that's what I'm rolling, if my marble is released from a greater distance, then, now does it have to write just like this? No. If you say higher up on the ramp, or if you say goes a longer way, however you want to phrase it is fine. Just remember our independent variable is going to be the distance that the ball travels, so make sure you have that somewhere in there. So if my marble is released from a greater distance or a longer distance, then what's our dependent variable? The dependent variable is going to be the speed that the marble travels. So I want to make sure that I have distance for my independent variable, and then my speed for my dependent variable. So if blah, 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 distance, then the speed, what do you think is going to happen? Is it going to increase? Is it going to decrease? Is it going to stay the same? Whatever you think. Then the speed will blank because, and this is where you come in with your reasoning, because friction will slow it down, or because air resistance will work against it, or it'll stay the same because gravity works on everything the same, or it will speed up because acceleration, whatever, okay? Your reasoning, that's gonna go here, because blah, 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 okay? If you have your hypothesis written in if, then, because format, then you're gonna get full credit for this, even if your evidence proves you wrong. Because that's what science is. Science is doing. It's not just looking something up in a book. It's thinking about it and figuring it out and reasoning, all right? So that's our beginning. Then we went ahead and looked at some of the other things. I'm going to scroll this up a little bit. Some of the other things we did today was we went ahead and set up our lab itself. I used cardboard, and I'm going to use a marble. But you can use anything that rolls. It could be a ball, it could be a cylinder, it could be a pencil, it could be a mascara tube, it could be a can of peas, like I said. And your ramp can be anything. It could be cardboard, it could be a 2x4, it could be your kitchen table set up on books. Whatever causes your thing to move, all right? And for more information on that, I do have another video set up for that. But here's mine right now. And I took my ramp, which I made out of the corner of a cardboard box, and I went ahead and divided it in 5 because I'm going to need 5 launch zones. And I went ahead and measured those out at 10 centimeter increments. 10 centimeters, 20, 30, 40, 50. I marked this down, and I even used a little poster putty just to make sure that my ramp stayed in place. Because remember, I'm only seeing the distance that the ball travels and how that impacts speed. I'm not changing my ramp to make it steeper or shallower. That's not this lab. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and record the height of my ramp itself. So I'm going to get my ruler, and in centimeters, I'm going to measure from my floor or from the base, whatever it is that I'm measuring, to where my marble itself is going to go. So that's about 5 centimeters. So just from the highest point, I'm going to go like this. This is twofold. First of all, if it doesn't get recorded, it didn't happen. But also, if something happens with my ramp or I have to break it down because I didn't finish or whatever, I can rebuild it exactly the same way. So the only thing, again, that I'm measuring is the distance that my marble rolls. So I went ahead and marked that down there. All right, now I'm going to move on. And the directions say, using your measuring device, mark off equal distances along the ramp for a total of 5 launch zones. They don't have to be 10 centimeters apart, but that's how mine is. Yours can be different. Now I'm going to roll down the ramp from launch zone 1 and time how long it takes for the marble to go from the starting point to the end of the ramp. And I'm going to repeat that 3 times. So here's something that for some reason was really confusing you guys. Make sure that you can time, start, stop, how long it takes to roll from our smallest one to the end of our ramp. We're not measuring the distance it rolls off the ramp, just the time it takes to go from here to here. If it goes so fast that you can't time it accurately, then decrease the inclination of your ramp. Make it not so steep, because then it'll roll a little more slowly. You'll be able to get a more accurate count. All right, so I'm gonna make sure I can do this. I might stop, watching my hand, stop. Yep, I could do that. That one will work just fine. So now I'm gonna go ahead and look at gathering my data. For today, you are going to ignore average time and speed, just for today. Don't erase them or anything like that, but just for today, we're gonna ignore these because we're gonna do those in class tomorrow. So for today, you guys need to fill out the rest of this. So my launch zone 1 was 10 centimeters, so I'm gonna write my launch zone 1 for 10 centimeters. My launch zone 2 is 20. My third launch zone is 30. My fourth one is 40. And my final one is 50. All right. So if you don't have a timer on your phone, or if you don't have a timer or whatever, you can go on your computer and come up with your computer timer right on your Chromebook. And I actually dropped in a link for that right in this assignment. So you can click it and go right there, all right? So now let's go ahead and do our lab. So I've got my timer, and I'm gonna go like this. Now I'm gonna make sure that my marble is exactly released from the same place every single time I drop it. So I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna go. Start, stop. 0.87 seconds. Now I'm gonna do it again. Same location, same place, same way I'm dropping it. And I'm gonna time how long that takes. Start, stop. That's 0.93. So now I'm gonna do it again. Same location, same place. Start, stop. And that was 0.91. All right, whoops, sorry, different color. All right, so I've got my 3 measurements from my first launch zone. Now I'm gonna do it again for my second launch zone. Here, and I'm gonna do the same thing. Start, stop. And I'm gonna measure now the distance from here to here, or how long it takes to go from here to here. And I'm gonna write that down. Let's pretend that it was 1 minute and 22 seconds, or 1.22 seconds. Now I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna do it again, start, stop, and let's pretend that it was 1.31 second. I'm gonna do it again, and it's gonna come up with whatever it's gonna come up with. Now I'm gonna go ahead and do my third launch zone. 1, 2, 3, right, right, right. Now I'm gonna do my fourth launch zone. 1, 2, 3, right, right, right. Are you with me? All the way through until I get my fifth launch zone. And I'm gonna go start, stop. And let's say that was 3.1 seconds, whatever it may be, all right? That's all you have to do today. Once you record all these guys, you're done for the day. All right, tomorrow when class starts, I'm gonna be asking you guys to pull this up, and I'm gonna be checking out your charts and making sure those numbers make sense. And they should not be the same ones that I'm writing down. This is your lab, your way, your rolly thingy, your ramp, all right? I'm really proud of you guys. I love the resourcefulness you guys are coming up with, and I will see you soon. Bye.